Facebook ads are a scam, and everything you've been told about Facebook ads is a complete lie. And as someone who's done over $100 million in revenue for my clients in my advertising agency, I have done even more than that for some of my students as well in my coaching program and stuff. I'm about to show you right now why Facebook ads are a complete scam. So starting off with number one, that there is zero barrier of entry for Facebook ads. Like literally, if you have a credit card and you have $1 or $10 in your bank account, like you can go fire up a ads manager, toss your credit card in there and go spend that last $10 you have. There's no barrier. And while that can be a good thing, because when things don't have a high barrier of entry, it allows more people to succeed with it. It's also a bad thing because now there's a lot of people that can access it with the complete wrong expectations and so many of other things that we will talk about in today's video. The next thing is there's been a false idea of difficulty for Facebook ads. People think that, hey, you can just go grab a random product on AliExpress, toss it in a Facebook ad account at $5 a day, and then boom, within a month, you're doing 200, 300K a month in revenue. And that's completely false. There's a lot more to Facebook ads that the couple people that just get these random, like small, like playing the lottery tickets of, let me go play lottery with products and every now and then I get one to hit, that it makes it seem like it's simple, but it's not. People don't expose their losses with Facebook ads. So for those few gurus that did just toss the product, it crushed and scaled, what they often don't show is the hundreds of products they've tested prior to that did not work. Next thing is there's a lot of conflicting info out there, and I'll even be like part of this as accountability here. When I first started scaling Facebook ads and everything, I thought it was just ad account structure. I thought it was just going ahead, if you do the correct structure with like ABO, CBO, cost caps, audience testing, all of that I can actually run and scale any accounts. So then when I found the account structure that worked, I applied it to 10 different accounts and all 10 of those failed. And I realized that is not what you need to focus your attention on. And there's something actually much greater of what you actually need to focus your attention on to scale these accounts, which we will go into a little bit later in this video. But again, there is a lot of conflicting info out there. And I don't necessarily say that I was wrong in that scenario. I don't think a lot of these people out there are wrong as well of what they do to scale accounts. I just think that it's all purely perspective based. And that if you're not focusing on the actual thing that matters of the big levers to scale the business, then, people following that advice without understanding what truly moves the business forward, it's going to, just not get them the results they want. Lastly, or next, second to last, is lack of business knowledge. There still is business knowledge that's needed, even though you don't necessarily need to go to school to do Facebook ads and like run stores and stuff like that. There is a certain level of business knowledge needed to be competitive in business, to hiring, building teams and stuff like that. And you can't just chat your scale away to a couple $1 million a month without this business knowledge right there. And this is important. And this even comes down to like knowing your margins, knowing your COGS, like all of these, how to negotiate with manufacturers and stuff. All of this that's needed for that longer term thing. And lastly, wrong expectations. I remember working with a legit billionaire, right? And this particular billionaire sold a MLM company. And this MLM company, I'm not going to name them, but they were very, very big. They were one of the first few MLM companies. Anyway, he sold this particular business and then he started a new business. And this next business, he wanted to do it all exclusively online because he had a friend selling like hair care accessories, doing a couple $1 million a month just with Facebook ads and stuff. So this billionaire was actually a friend of one of my friends. And long story short, got directed to me as the Facebook ads person. We hopped on a call and we did 3 different calls of like what to expect with Facebook ads, how literally month number 1, like you're literally capped. When you start a brand new Facebook ad account, you're capped at $50 a day for the first 2 weeks before Facebook allows you to start spending more on the account. So anyway, did 3 different calls, told them everything what to expect, literally all 3 different calls. Finally, we, got everything rolling. We created the creatives. We fired up the account. We start spending on the account. First couple of days, we didn't see any purchases. Now, again, keep in mind, brand new company. They had no purchases yet. They wanted to exclusively scale this business with just Facebook ads. So we had no proof of product either. Next thing is that we're capped at $50 a day for the first 2 weeks, like I've already mentioned. And even though this client was told all the proper expectations, even though like we're just getting started, after 2 weeks of only seeing, I think we got 3 purchases in the first 2 weeks. They were like, why aren't we at $1 million a month yet? Why aren't we at a couple $100,000 a month yet? Even after having 3 separate calls of telling them what to expect. And I think that is a huge problem amongst the space, where there's belief that just any person can hop on an ad account and scale it up to a couple $100,000 a month in revenue. And it's very quick, it's very fast. It's completely wrong. And just because we see a few people on Money Twitter do it doesn't mean it's the general census of everyone in this space. And again, having the wrong expectations going into Facebook ads is again why it's a scam. All of these things are scams because it creates this false belief of what Facebook is versus what you actually need to do. And if you actually want to succeed, yes, I spelled succeed wrong, cry about it. If you actually want to succeed with Facebook ads, you first need to understand how to pick the right product. And what I see a lot of people doing is they pick products that have like literally zero competitiveness to it. So for example, you want to pick a product that no one is selling to satisfy a desire, right? So in marketing world, there's various different desires. The desire to lose weight, desire to, have like sex, desire to make more money, desire to travel. Like you have these various different desires that you can market and position your product to. We had one particular client, they were selling a product, a paint by numbers kits, to specifically people who want to have like stress and anxiety and get rid of it by doing paint by numbers. They were capped at $100K a month. Then we swept it over to the desire for a fun girls' night. And then we were able to scale up to 7 figures a month. All we did was change the desire that we're applying to that particular product. I had a student yesterday in our 101 where this particular student was going specifically after what I would say, like migraines and people with migraines and stuff, and they want to get rid of the migraines. So then we transitioned it to sleep. And then since he transitioned into sleep, he's been able to scale to $1,700 a day in ad spend. So he was stuck at migraines and then scaled to $1,700 a day at a 3x ROAS, specifically with the sleep angle itself. So changing the desire for a product, that's one way. Another way is having a clear advantage over others. Had this one particular client where they were selling this product. It was a shoe, and this shoe had 3 advantages over other shoes in the marketplace. So we focused those 3 advantages of that shoe, and we really honed in on those in our marketing to showcase how our shoe is better. And then lastly is going after a sub identity. So we have another inner circle student that has been exclusively hitting on one particular product, and this product he was going after was a very broad product. There's been millions and millions of this product sold. It's extremely broad. It's extremely well known. Like everyone's used it at some point in their life. So we knew that if we wanted to sell this product, we couldn't just go after the general population. We had to go after something specific, like moms of kids of 3, or like dads who are football players, like specific sub identities of people from the mass market to make it feel like this product is specifically just for them. So if you want to succeed, you have to have a clear advantage for your product over the market. This is where that business knowledge really comes into play. I would even say more so marketing knowledge versus business knowledge itself. Now, this is definitely business knowledge here. A lot of people pick products that do not have at least a 70% gross margin. These gross margins here is super important. So for example, let's say if we're selling a product for $100, then $20 can go to like COGS and like $10 can go to shipping. So the other 70% of that, the $30 that's for expenses, the other $70 of it, all of that is profitable that we can actually leverage for like ad spend and all those good things there. So 70% gross margins is super key. This gives us more room so we can scale. I find that a lot of people, when they start selling Facebook ads, they don't understand margins. They have a very low margin, and then they never have enough profits for Facebook ads to be able to invest in Facebook ads. And then they have not enough profits for them to be profitable themselves. And if that product has to be priced at an extremely high rate versus all the other products in the marketplace, you'll never be able to be competitive with those products itself. Next thing is replicating product pages from successful brands, selling different products. This is a huge one. It's a very easy one. Very, very, very easy. Let's say, for example, if I'm selling women's face mask, for example, I want to go look at women's lotion brands and cream brands because I want to just go replicate whatever product page they're selling now. I can't tell you how many brands I see, even on a day-to-day of brands that are like coming to like my inner circle and stuff, where like their product page is horrible, their website's horrible, and then they wonder why they can't scale because their whole website looks like a scam. So in this case right here, for your particular product, it's going back and just going look at these brands selling the different products, and then you're just simply replicating it to increase the, hey, how many more people can we convert based off like some people that already did the work on building out a proper product page. Next thing is when you actually launch a product, you want to build out 12 unique ads for that particular product based off your hypothesis of how we can make this product work. When I'm going in like testing a product, for example, I usually have anywhere between 6 to 12 ways or angles that, if true, can make this product work and scale hard. So in the beginning stage here, I don't want to just go test all one angle. I want to test 12 different angles. And these angles can be composed of different desires, awareness, sophistication stages, and angles, avatars, all of those things right there, to where there's 12 completely different ads, different visuals, different primary text, different headline. And then that way we can figure out, okay, hey, one thing is starting to work and one thing is starting to scale. Then in this particular case right here, we can go ahead and, go make more like that particular thing. It allows us to make more of, or like use more of our money right in the beginning stages versus just going to do 12 ads around one thing, and then that one thing doesn't work. Now we just wasted our money on all 12 of these ads itself. And then next thing is pick a budget you can run for 30 days. I find that too many people, when they go and run Facebook ads, they just blow their load way too early. So same thing here. Like, you want to make this run for 30 days. You don't want to just go spend, hey, I have $100 for Facebook ads, I'm gonna go spend that for 2 days. The problem with that is that you're missing out on the time it takes to come up with new ideas, test new ads, build out new landing pages and stuff. And when we're working with a product, it's not like you just immediately get all the ideas to make winning ads when you put the product in front of me. It takes time for me to tinker with the product, read about the product, research about the product and stuff. And as I go deeper and put more intention into that, the more ideas that come from that. And there's only a certain amount I can do in the beginning. And as I continue to prioritize that action over 30 days, the more better things that keep coming out. So I like to pick a budget for 30 days I can run and not be emotionally tied. And when I say emotionally tied, I'm talking about some people that pick way too big of a budget to where they're checking their ad account like 50 times a day. I want to pick a budget that I can run for 30 days. And if I make 0 sales from it, I will be perfectly okay. Why? Because I'm not emotionally tied to it. So pick a budget you can run for 30 days, regardless if performance is good or bad, so you can actually give your time to apply and test these different things for this product itself. And then lastly, identify the bottleneck and overcome. There will be people that find a product, starts getting some sales, starts to crush and stuff like that. And then essentially what happens here is that like they'll have something really good in front of them, but because they fail to identify the bottleneck and fix that bottleneck, they call the product a loser. There's been plenty of times where like the ads are crushing, getting like $1 cost per click, and then like even the conversion rate's really good, but the AOV sucks. So it's like, instead of ditching the product, just go fix the AOV. Or ads are crushing, getting really good cost per click, AOV's good, but the conversion rate's terrible. Just go test some landing pages, and then boom, you can make that product work and scale. So you want to identify the bottleneck. Again, it's going to be either around cost per click, it's going to be around conversion rate, or AOV. That's going to be the 3 big ones right there that we want to look at, fix that bottleneck, and then that way we can overcome it, and then we can keep scaling that product itself. This is a very, very strong skill set that we continue to use, day to day with all of our clients and stuff. So if you get all of these things correct, this is how Facebook ads are not a scam. And you start to realize this is the actual things I need to be focusing on versus the things that are more just overly hyped. People don't know what they're talking about, posting about. and then, you know, setting the wrong expectations. So if you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If you want to learn more about like these things that you need to do to succeed with Facebook ads, my whole YouTube channel is dedicated around giving you guys all of this completely for free. It's all around completely giving y'all like censored information to where you don't necessarily need to go spend thousands of dollars on courses and stuff, to where you can learn literally just on this YouTube channel itself. And literally all I ask for is a like and a comment below. Thank y'all for watching. Hope you have a good rest of y'all day. Peace out.